guys, welcome to the 5th week of Jazz Ninja Lessons. Today we're going to talk about the diminished scale, so let's get started. Alright guys, so we're going to talk about the diminished scale, and there's a couple really nice things about the diminished scale. One of them being that there are only 3 of them because each one starts repeating and repeats 4 times, so the same diminished scale flies for C, E flat, G flat, and A. And the way I'm building the chord is stacks of minor thirds. So if you remember from one of the previous lessons, a minor third is 3 half steps. So 0, 1, 2, 3. And then you do that a couple times over. 1, 2, 3. And that's how you build a diminished chord. Okay, so when you're trying to build the diminished scale, it's altering steps of half steps and whole steps. So it goes half whole, half whole, half whole. It's pretty easy, nice and symmetrical, and the important thing to note here is that you want to start the half step approach going into your chord tone. So since I'm playing a C diminished, I'm going to start on the B below so that I end up landing on a chord tone. So again, it's half step, whole step, which means there's one chromatic note not being played, half step, chromatic, whole step, 2 steps, etc. Okay, so the same scale can go for E flat diminished, G flat diminished, and A diminished. So the same scale can be used over 4 different chords, which is nice because the more applications you have for something, the more usable it is. Okay, so the second diminished scale, we're gonna go to D flat diminished, and we're gonna again add the half step approach, 1 step below, and then start the whole step. Half step, whole step, half step, whole step. The nice thing about this diminished scale is that it has a really nice aesthetic. It's white on the outside, black on the inside. And then on the other side of the scale, it's black on the outside, white on the inside. Okay, last scale, we're gonna head to D diminished. And this one, so we're gonna start with a half step approach. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step. Okay, so again, keep in mind the diminished scales are half step, whole step, altering sequence, and the chord stack is just minor thirds, which is 3 half steps. 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so for my more advanced learners, there's a really cool application for the diminished scale, which is using it in a dominant chord context. So if we talk about like a C dominant with a flat 7, let's say I want to get saucy, I'm going to add the flat 9 here, okay? This chord has a built-in diminished upper structure. So now I have this, and I can play a diminished scale in a dominant context, which is nice if you're getting bored of your mixolydians. You can add this. Thank you so much for listening. This has been the 5th week of Jazz Ninja Lessons.